All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Elder Tahar, head on down to rule well, and peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. So I just want to do a short video of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, The Damage Has Already Been Done. All right, and you can see on the screen, I have this article here, and it says, apology note, stores closures and reduced hours. Here's how retailers are helping the big O surge. And it was put up January 2022. All right, today's date is, I think, February 8th or 9th, 2022, year of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai turning up. So it does have a little dust on it, but it's relevant to what's going on today. All right, the stores, businesses are still shutting their doors early, closing early. A lot of jobs are cutting people's hours. And of course, there's still shortages and things like that going on. All right, in the stores. And the reason why, and then with this the whole world health crisis. All right, you see they're kind of backing off a little bit with the mandates and all of that. In some places, they're kind of backing off with the mandates. Some places has decided to lift the mask mandate. Some places have decided, like with Biden's mandate, all employees, companies that have 100 or more employees, all right, they have to submit to the testing or the solution to the world health crisis, the jab. That got blocked. All right, so again, they're kind of backing off a little bit with the mandates and things like that. Because the damage has already been done. All right, and not everywhere they're backing off. Still some places you have to wear a mask. Like at my job and all that, you have to wear a mask. But you see, with the lockdowns and all that came when the world health crisis first hit. Now you're seeing the results of that. The businesses and things closing down. The supply chain getting jacked up. All right, now what you're seeing now again with shortages in the stores, hours being cut, businesses shutting their doors early or closing down all the way. That was the plan. All right, that was the plan to wreck the supply chain and the economy by way of this world health crisis. All right, so that's why now they kind of like backing off a little bit. All right, because the damage has already been done. It accomplished what it was supposed to accomplish. All right, and again, that's why you see labor shortages. All right, hours being cut. Supply chain is all jacked up. All right, because it did what it was supposed to do. All right, and now in these times you're seeing the results of it, and it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. All right, because speaking for as a personal testimony, you know, I just started this new job, and they're already cutting out. And again, this is a major retailer. All right, a major department store that I'm working for. All right, and they're already they're cutting people's hours. They're sending people home every day, and they got big um shortages in their stores. All right, you go in their stores. All right, you go to the meat aisle and all that. There's barely nothing on the shelves. In some places, there's nothing on the shelves. All right, so you would think they would, be trying to amp things up to catch up, but that's not the case. All right, that's not the case. But yeah, man, the damage has already been done, man. All right, and again, you're seeing the results of it, and again, it's only going to get worse. You got some people out there talking about, well, going around filming TVs and all that. Nobody's worried about TVs and things like that. The food aisle is the most important thing. The TVs and all that's gonna disappear when all hell breaks loose. All right, and people go in the store and start stealing, electronics and things like that. The most important thing now is to keep an eye on is the food. Like you see brothers in the store filming the food, 'cause that's the most important thing. But you got these idiots in the world talking about filming the electronic aisle and all this. See, there's no supply chain shortages. all that's going to disappear when all the food in the store is gone, and when they bum rush the stores. That's when that stuff is going to disappear. But right now, what you keep an eye on is the food aisle, which is scarce like hell, man. All right, not to jump too far on topic, but I just wanted to mention that. 'Cause these people out here, these people in the world are in denial, man. But you're about to be slapped dead in the face with reality, man. And reality is happening. But again, they want to pretend like there's nothing wrong. But again, sooner or later, you're gonna realize what's going on. All right, there'll be no denying it. Um, Let me read this part. Let me read the article. Some of the articles like Lord, what this video is edifying. It says retailers and restaurants no longer face the looming threat of government shutdowns, but are struggling. Right, and when the whole thing first hit, the governments and things were shutting down jobs early and all of that, and putting in enforcing these mandates. All right, at first, and again, now you're seeing the results of it, what they wanted to accomplish with it, but are struggling with understaffing. Right, because nobody wants to work. Cause they were just handing out free checks. Um, and they're getting ready to do that all over again. The universal basic income, which you're gonna have to have the Nicaraguan in order to receive it. Um, Understaffing, the big O, compounds the existing working shortage, and threatens to exacerbate the supply chain challenges. Macy's, Apple, and Walmart are among the retailers that have reduced hours or temporarily shuttered locations with the latest wave of the C cases. All right, so hours are being reduced. They're cutting people's hours. All right, and a lot of people are getting jacked up for whatever Esau is released out here. So a lot of people are getting jacked up and having to call in. All right, but the main goal was to take down the economy here, and it worked. Because again, hours are being reduced, like it says, temporarily shutting locations, places are closing down, all right, or they close early because they can't get enough people to work, or they're not getting enough business. Shuttering locations with the latest, waves. Shoppers' appetite for spending has remained high, through some Americans, though some Americans are trimming back visiting public places like restaurants, shopping malls, and coffee shops, according to a recent survey by Coresight Research. Right, because people don't have the money to spend like that. All right now. And look at that, bare shells. Everywhere in Babylon you go, there's bare shells, man. And this is Walmart. You can tell it's Walmart, a major supply chain, a major Salakia retailer or business or whatever. All right. And everywhere you go, people are filming empty shelves, slashing store hours, temporarily shuttering locations, and sending apology letters to customers for long lines and delayed appointments. These are some of the unusual steps that retailers and restaurants are taking as the C-19 as the C cases spike across the country, fueled by the fast spreading Big O variant. Companies are no longer worried about state and local governments shutting businesses down like at first. Instead, the businesses are coping with a shortage of workers as people call out sick and get exposed to the V or scrambles to find childcare. The threat of more supply chain woes loom as higher contagious, spread across the globe. Yeah, and whatever Esau have released out here is really starting to hit people. All right, so you got that. People don't want to work. People are getting sick. They're cutting hours. The people that are coming to work, they're cutting the hours. All right. Um, there is no question that staffing is definitely a big issue this time around, said Stephanie Martez, the chief administrative officer and general counsel of National Retailer Federation. It was maybe less measurable when we were at point in the pandemic when so much was closed and everything was so scaled down. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that we have an unappreciated number, unpredicted number, Salakia, not being able to work, but it's high. She said it's really high. The cases have surged. The U.S. is reporting a 7-day average of about 600,000 daily new cases, an all-time high, and up 72% from the week prior, according to the CNBC. And right, and this again, this is put up in January 7th. I don't know what it is now. It might have went up more. Analysts of data compiled by Johns Hopkins University through Thursday. A soaring number of sick, exposed, or overworked employees have called retailers and the restaurants to take unusual steps as their existing labor problems worsen. Macy's cut store hours at location. Right, when you cut store hours, you know, you lose business. All right, you lose business when you cut store hours, and eventually, what happens? You go out of business. Macy's cut store hours at locations across the country for the rest of this month. Walmart temporarily closed nearly 60 stores in December in the you-know-what hotspots, and other employees, including Starbucks, Chiplease, how you pronounce that, and Nike, have been forced to close some of their doors as they simply don't have enough people to keep them open. Walgreens sent an apology email to customers this week. I think Walgreens and Walgreens and CVS announced that they were closing like a lot of businesses, a lot of their stores, so like due to this whole world health crisis or what's going on this week, and dodged customers, companies, and long checkout lines, out of stock items, and delays of the you-know-what vaccination or test appointments. In the note, the company leader mentioned that many tasks that pharmacy staffs are juggling, namely giving over 55 you-know-what vaccinations, more than 23 million you-know-what tests, while still filling over 1 billion prescriptions annually. Let me read this one. Regular hours to go out the window. For shorthand retailers, reducing hours has become one of the first logical moves to make said, and that brings people into more poverty because if they're not working their hours, they won't be able to pay their bills if they're not working all their hours. All right. A senior client partner at Corin Ferry, head of the firm retail practice, some stores are trimming back on weekdays when only a small percentage of sales take place. Right, because another thing, they ain't selling nothing. Nobody's really selling anything. Nobody's really buying anything because they're being more cautious with their spending compared with busier weekends. He said. Pandemic related charges may prompt retailers to permanently rethink store hours. And again, if you're shutting your door, you're losing a lot of business when you do that. When you shut your business down early or whatever. Partially as more or you reduce the days that you're open. Instead of being open 6 days a week, you reduce it down to 4. You go out of business like that. Particularly as more sales move online, the labor shortages for the you-know-what goes out to almost any customer-facing business, and said rolling retailers and restaurants are facing this in spades. That's all I really want to read. So yeah, man, this place is going down, man. This place is going down, and now with the empty shelves, people being laid off, or people don't want to work, or hours being cut, you're seeing the results of what Esau wanted to accomplish, destroy the supply chain and destroy the American economy. All right, and that's what's going on. Again, hours are being cut. There's shortages. People don't want to work. That's kicking the American economy ass, and again, that's what they wanted. And now Esau is released. Well, I ain't gonna, Lord, whatever gets taken down, it gets taken down. But the damage has been done, man. It's only gonna get worse, man. It's only gonna get worse and worse and worse. And I've been bringing this scripture out a lot lately. But this place is going down, man. This Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go every one into his own country, for her judgments reach unto the heavens, and is lifted up to the skies, right? Unemployment is super high. The national debt is $30 trillion. The supply chain is jacked up. Nobody wants to work. And the people that do work, the people that are working, they're cutting their hours back, and they can't make ends meet. So they might have to go out there and get another job. All right. Which brings more stress. So this place is done, man. There's no fixing this place. All right. All that's left for this place is the ICBM nuclear warheads. All right. So with that, I pray this video was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors again to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and safety to the brothers pushing this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.